Okay, so guys, it's been an eventful return for the MPFL, and a lot of focus has been on the People's Elephants, Enyimba FC of Aba, with regards to their opportunities of making it to the Super Six, the playoff, and then being in the continent. Because at the start of the season, Enyimba head coach, Coach Finidi George, made an assurance. The first thing said Enyimba were going to get the continental slot, and then second thing, Enyimba winning the title. But as things are unfolding, it's becoming a lot more difficult right now to even ascertain if Enyimba will be in the continent or Enyimba winning the title. Okay, so Enyimba from a possible 12 points in the last three matches, they've been able to pick up just two, which is a no-no, like no-no coming from arguably, the best team in Nigeria and one of the best in Africa. Okay, West Africa, then Africa. Why? Back-to-back CAF Champions League winners. Oh my God, like it doesn't happen all the time, but Enyimba just a privileged few to have done that back-to-back. Enyimba against Bendel Insurance, so drew 1-1 at the Enyimba International Stadium in Aba against Nasarawa United. Lowly rated Nasarawa United, who are struggling to be in the league this season. Enyimba drew 1-1 in front of their home fans. Okay, so it became so difficult for Enyimba. And just last week on Sunday, well, you could actually say this week or last week on Sunday, Enyimba traveled to, Uyo to take on the Promise Keepers at the Next of Champions. Well, we all know it's difficult beating Aqua United, in front of their home fans. So it was a difficult task for Coach Finidi George and Enyimba to do, despite the fact that they had Chijoke Akuneto and everything there. So it was difficult for them. Well, the result as expected. Well, yes, as expected, because like the best result Enyimba could get was a draw, because it was just it, and the loss by 1 goal to nothing. And Enyimba dropped out of the top three. Remember, we have a Group A and Group B in the MPFL bridge season. Just three teams we were making it to the Super Six playoff, where we'll definitely decide which team will be going to the CAF Champions League, which team will be playing in the CAF Confederation Cup. And as it stands right now, if the league, were to end today, Enyimba will not be in the continent. And I don't think it's something Aba fans will want to entertain. Imagine Enyimba not being in the continent. Like, this is my first in 5 years not seeing Enyimba in the continent. Well, I think this is what football is all about. So, talking about Enyimba and all that's been happening, the pressure right now is on Coach Finidi George to turn results around. But Enyimba can actually get something out of those ones. You just have to find a way around it. Now, fast forward to Abia Warriors. It looks like just yesterday, when I was, having conversations with a couple of friends on the possibility of having two Abia State teams in the Super Six and the possibility of having Abia Warriors, be in the continent for the first time ever. Okay, let's just be factual right now. Ever since Coach Erasmus Ono came to Abia Warriors, a lot has changed for Abia Warriors. Okay, like I'm admitting it right now, because Abia Warriors have always been a team that fights for relegation, but this time around they are not all. Okay, let me just paraphrase. Few matches ago, they were not fighting for relegation. Few matches ago, they were within touching distance of a Super Six. But as it stands today, both Abia Warriors and Enyimba are on fifth on the log. So it means like, okay, the dream I had, or the dream every Abia State, football lover had for Abia Warriors and Enyimba seems to be vanishing, because if Abia Warriors are fifth on the log and Enyimba are fifth on the log, and like I said a few minutes ago, if the season were to end today, the two of them would not be in the Super Six. So it's a worrying sign, not just for Abia Warriors, most especially for Enyimba. Abia Warriors can take the fact that, okay, for the first time in a long while in the MPFL, they are not fighting to stay in the league. What they are doing is, fighting to make it to the playoff, where the biggest of the biggest boys play for a chance to be in the continent. So a lot of drama regards the MPFL. But generally, let's talk about Bendel Insurance. The team in Group A, top of the table. 12 games gone so far. Bendel Insurance are yet to lose a game. Well, it doesn't happen all the time. It doesn't really happen all the time, but these guys are playing good football, a mixture of youthfulness and experience, blending together. Everybody just do what they know how to do best, and that's just making sure that they don't drop points. Bendel Insurance are the team to beat. I don't know what you're saying, but they are the team to beat in the MPFL this season. And they know there's a target, and the target is to make it to the Super Six and potentially to CAF competition. So Bendel Insurance are the team to beat. Now, fast forward to the same Nasarawa United that drew 1-0 with Enyimba. It's funny to know that Ekanemi Warriors got the better of them. Like, it's funny to know that Academy Warriors, who are also struggling to stay in the league, got the better of them. And Abia Warriors were trashed 5-1 by Bayelsa United. Now, the next game for Enyimba is again 4th place Plateau United. So you see, it doesn't even come any better for Enyimba. And, well, we all know Fidelis Ilechukwu at the helm of affairs of Plateau United. If you're talking about one of the few good coaches in the MPFL, Fidelis Ilechukwu is just up there, like up there in the MPFL. So I don't know how Enyimba are going to navigate their way through this. It's a home game, but it's a must-win game for Enyimba. Coach Finidi George is under pressure. The players are under pressure. Even not for anything, they should play for an opportunity to be in the continent. You know, it is the biggest stage in African football, where you get to, express or show what you have. People watch you from all over the world, trying to, scouts are looking for players to pick. So even if they're not going to play for Coach Finidi George, they just need to play for themselves. That is what they need to do. The MPFL, keeps getting interesting and interesting. We're just about, give and take, 6 games to the end of their Bridge League before we advance to the Super 6. So every game right now, it's a final for the People's Elephants. Every game right now, it's a final for Abia Warriors. And every game is also a final for every team that wants to, make it to the Super 6 and teams that want to avoid the drop zone. Every game, it's a final. When I say it's a final, every game, it's a final. And I want to say something, okay? I actually love this Aqua United jersey. It's very fine. Like, it's very, very fun. And this is the kind of things we want to see, coming from clubs here in the country, where they get to leverage on, the market and try to, expand, do merchandise, try to make money and stuff like that. Kudos to Aqua United. Like, I love this jersey. I love this jersey. Anyway, don't worry, okay? Subsequently, you're going to be seeing so many other collections because we're here to promote our own. Charity will always begin at home. And your girl, Sports Diva, is here to promote our own. Quickly, before I wrap it up on, this particular segment of this beautiful, beautiful sports talk to your girl. Now, let's talk about the Premier League a little. A lot is happening in the Premier League. Like, Arsenal are making sure that they win every game possible. Manchester City are not sleeping because they know all we need to do is just make sure we win all our games, and hoping that Arsenal will drop points. We're definitely going to overtake them. But with the way these Arsenal guys are playing, I don't see those boys dropping points. Yes, their next game is against Liverpool on a Sunday. It's a tough game, but Liverpool right now, they are one of the teams to beat. And with the fact that so many coaches have been sacked, Graham Potter got sacked on Sunday, and then Brendan Rodgers left Leicester City on mutual consent after 4 years in the club. He finished 8th last season, and this season Leicester City are 18th on the log, practically staring relegation in the face. And Jurgen Klopp right now is asking, okay, I know a lot of you are surprised, but I'm still at the club. Well, I'm not at the club because of what is happening presently. I'm at the club because of what I did in the past. So, there's something you could actually call past glory. And that is something Graham Potter did not have. I think also past glory helped Brendan Rodgers, because if you look at Leicester City, previous seasons, 5th, 8th, 18th, you could say probably, past glory kept Brendan Rodgers on the job so far. See, a lot. 13 managers have been sacked so far since the Premier League started. Like 13 managers. Just 9 managers that started the season are still remaining. Is to tell you how competitive the Premier League is. And to the Italian Serie A, Napoli lost woefully without Victor Osimhen. See, our star boy is doing well. See, Nigeria to the world. So that's why I'm wearing this, because I've got to promote my country. I got to promote what we have here. Nigeria to the world. Victor Osimhen was not in that game against Napoli, and AC Milan whitewashed them by 4 goals to nothing. Like, AC Milan didn't even have Messi in front of their home fans. Straight up to the French Ligue 1, where Christopher Gaultier is in serious trouble. PSG lost at home to Lyon, and even the PSG fans, booed Messi. Some people's goats. They booed Messi. So it's not coming easy right now. A lot of competition in the respective league. And Thomas Tuchel back in the dugout for Bayern Munich, and his first game was a derby against Borussia Dortmund. Well, he did in style, 4-2 winners, and Bayern Munich are top of the German Bundesliga, and Borussia Dortmund, as usual, are playing catch-up straight up to the Spanish La Liga. Barcelona did it in style, 4-0 win over Elche away from home, and Real Madrid also did theirs in style, 6-0, a first-half hat-trick coming from Karim Benzema. But it is La Liga for Barcelona. The only way Barcelona can lose the La Liga is they want to lose the La Liga, because as it stands right now, Real Madrid are just focusing on the Champions League, and I don't know who's going to become the next Chelsea manager, but it might just be a decision they have to think very well before they make. It's so important for them. So a lot has been happening in different leagues. Like a lot has been happening, and the fact that managers are getting sacked, I think that's just the juicy part of the season. But trust me, like you're gonna get all the gist you need to know. Like as we're approaching the final games in each of the league from the MPFL, we have 6 games remaining. We move straight to the Premier League, where we have a couple of games, about 6, 8, and 7, 8 games remaining. We go to the Spanish La Liga, the Italian Serie A, the French Ligue 1, the German Bundesliga. Trust me, we got you covered, okay? Got you covered on the Sports DeFi YouTube channel. All I need you to do is just like, comment, share, subscribe, and it's totally free. Subscription is totally free. And again, it's important to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend. And see, if you've not been jumping in on the Divas Hot Picks, you're missing a lot. Like you're missing, seriously missing a lot, because wait for it. The next video that I'll be dropping is the Divas Hot Picks. And you know what we do? You know how we do? We just select your game and just cash out. Green all the way. And most importantly, do well to turn on your notification button. Happy Easter in advance. Yes, happy Easter in advance. And please do well to give me your address. You have to come and eat the rice and chicken. I love you.